Hello, friends. Welcome back. Myself, Febi Paiva, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, St. Joseph's College for Women, Alapura. Today, we will discuss with something known as subclass Holocephaly. This is a subclass of class Chondrichthyes. We have already finished with the first subclass Elasmobranchi, and this is the second subclass Holocephaly in the class Chondrichthyes. Now, when we speak about its general features, we can see that the term holocephaly, as the name indicates, holo means complete, cephaly means head. It's a cartilage fish which belongs to the order Chimeriformes. And we can see that these are the only surviving members of this particular order Chimeriformes. This includes the varieties known as chimeras. The other members are known to be extinct. Normally, we can see that this members of the subclass Holocephaly, they are confined to the deep seas. They have a persistent notocode, and we can see when we compare with the subclass Elasmobranchi, they lack cloaca, and in spite they have a separate anal and a separate urogenital openings. Skin, we can see that is smooth and usually scaleless when we speak about the adult. Endoskeleton, as expected, it is cartilaginous. But then these members have some characters of bony fishes. Here, in uh, in relation in respective to the elasmobranchi, we can say that they do have the chimerans only have four pairs of gill slits, and that too it is covered by a operculum. But when we studied about the elasmobranchi, we say that they don't have a operculum. But then here they developed a operculum which covers the four pairs of gill slits. Another feature is that there is a development of a interorbital septum in the brain case. So this is the interorbital septum which is not present earlier. Gradually it has been evolved, and this have helped to raise the cranium. The cranial roof has been raised because of the development of this interorbital septum. Next feature is the presence of a lateral line system which is present in a form of open group. This is the picture of the a close view of the lateral line system, and it helps them to sense their water pressure change around the in the water bodies. And also we can see that the two halves of the pelvic girdle is not fused in these forms of fishes, whereas males they have a clasper. They are provided with clasper, which is the copulatory organ. And the example we have to study is the chimera. So here there are different varieties of chimeras could be seen. This is one of the picture which shows a short nosed variety of chimera. It is having a short nose, whereas this one is a long nosed one. Now we will move in detail with the example chimera. We can see that this is a very odd looking fish, and only 31 species are being left in the world. As I said earlier, they have both the characters of bony and the cartilaginous fish, but then they are being placed under the cartilaginous variety. Now we'll be moving on in general characters of chimera. We can see these are the cartilaginous fish which are commonly known as ghost shark, rat fish, rabbit fish, king of herrings, etc., owing to its appearance. Length is 2 feet, and we can see that the skin of these fishes are naked, And the placoid scale could be restricted to some parts of the body. It has a very compressed and large head, a blunt snout with a small mouth and very large eyes. When we speak about the fin nature, we can see that the pectoral fins are very large, whereas it has two dorsal fins, one, the first dorsal fin, and this is the second dorsal fin. The first dorsal fin has the anterior one modified as anterior fin ray modified as the cartilaginous spine. Here this picture shows it is a cartilaginous spine. Second dorsal fin, we can see that it is elongated in nature, and we can see that when we speak about the ventral fin, this is the ventral fin, this is very small, and the tail, we can see that it is produced as a whip-like filament with very narrow caudal fin. So I repeat, the fin natures of this particular fish, we can see that it has the pectoral fin which is very large. It has two dorsal fin. The first one, the anterior fin ray has been modified as a large spine, whereas the posterior one, the second dorsal fin, is elongated in nature. It has a very small ventral fin, and the tail is produced into a whip-like structure with very thin whip, the caudal fin. Next, we can see that the lateral line is in the form of an open groove. Here we can see this is the lateral line nature. This is the lateral line, and this help them for the coordination under very deep seas. And when we speak about the mouth, we can see that it is having a fleshy lip. The mouth is guarded by fleshy lip, and they are also provided with crushing plates. Other than teeth, they are also having extra crushing plate at the roof of the mouth. This is the tooth-like structure crushing plates, and they have two pairs of upper jaws and a single pair of lower jaw. And whereas teeth, we can see that here we can see that teeth, they do not have any enamel, but then it is vitrodentine and it is having a very reduced pulp cavity. So here this is the teeth structure. So it is not having the enamel, but then it is made up of vitrodentine, and but then the pulp cavity is highly reduced. Here we can see that these are having a single pair of nostrils aperture, and these organisms have four pairs of gills which is covered by a operculum, cartilaginous operculum. Next, about the vertebrae, we can see that it has been reduced to different nodules, separate nodules, and the notochord is unconstricted. Whereas in males, we can see that there are five claspers being present. Five clasper, that is the one normal one which we have seen in the chondrichthyes, that is the pelvic one. This is the normal one, and one, so they are having one pair of normal pelvic pair. The second one is just in front of the pelvic fin, that is we call it as pre-pelvic clasper, which is again a pair, and we can call it as the tentaculum. And the fifth one, so we are having a pair of normal clasper, pelvic clasper, a pair of a clasper which is seen in front of the pelvic fins as in the depression. We call it as the pre-pelvic clasper, which is otherwise known as the tentaculum, and one clasper which is seen in the anterior part of the body, that is on the head region. We call it as frontal clasper, or it is known as frontal tentaculum. This one is unpaired. So altogether we are having five clasper in males, and this frontal tentaculum, it is used to grasp the female during mating, and it is seen in between the eyes. So here the picture is very clear, a single tentaculum, frontal tentaculum, which is used to uh, get hold on the female. And when we speak about the presence of this or the distribution of chimera, we can see that they are seen in the Mediterranean Sea, normally near the Norway to Portugal, and also it has been reported from Japan. And by the fertility nature, we can see that these are oviparous, that is, they lay egg in honey egg cases. So that is the chimera. So here, just a summary, we can see that they are having a blunt snout, a small mouth, the four pairs of gill slits, which is covered by the cartilaginous operculum. They are having the lateral line sense organ as a depression, which help them to sense in the deep waters, having a very large pectoral fin, uh, two dorsal fin, that is first dorsal fin, which is the anterior one anterior fin ray modified as the spine, whereas the second dorsal fin is elongated, and it has the tail as a whip-like structure with a very thin caudal fin. And the next one is about the ventral or the pelvic fins, which is very much been small in nature. So this is the nature of the chimera. Thank you.